It's kind of a shame, though, Brian, that there are a lot of people who have opportunities to get some sort of government assistance. They get some sort of money or some sort of program that can support them to take them to the next level, and they don't use it properly. They use those assisting programs to go buy unnecessary pieces of vanity, extra shoes, extra purses. They'll go out there and rob Peter to pay Paul, but they have the money to just go ahead and pay Paul instead. And it's kind of amazing that when opportunities come to various people, specifically in America, and you could say around the world, but specifically in America, they don't take the opportunity. They don't take the opportunity to invest that money into their business or build a business. They rather go work for somebody else's business. They don't take that money to be creative. They take that money to showboat. They take that money to prove something to the world that the world really don't care about, but they want the world to care about what they look like in their vanity and their so-called, what do you call that, stereotype life. So basically the question is this, Brian, since you are a growing wise mind, what do you think about people who overlook good opportunities that are available for them? Because I've looked at I look at some social media, and I listen to some lectures. I listen to everything that's available for the average person, and they rather ignore it, run back and forth to their churches. They rather watch mainstream television that pretty much brainwashes them on a general basis. They rather get pieces of the story instead of researching and going deeper as they should. What's going on with these zombies today?
Zombies is right too. Morpheus, it when I think about it, kind of it's despicable. When I think about it, all the time you hear us, and by us, I want to talk about black folk. Yeah, I'm talking about y'all. Why am I talking? Because I can. Because I am one. But let's be real.
I'm half Indian, so you got to excuse me, but I'm with them.
Yeah.
I'm with you, though.
But the thing is, look.
Talk about it, Brian. Go ahead and put your foot in it. Go ahead and stir the soup.
I'm just stir the soup. I'm about to stir the grits.
Go ahead. Put the sugar and the butter and the grits. Go ahead.
No. But the thing is, it's like we talk so much about how people are not giving us our just due. We talk Black Lives Matter. We march up the streets. We throw bricks in people's windows.
Right.
We march around talk about we shall overcome. we do that all the time.
And they've already overcome, many years ago?
Yeah, we've rioted in the streets. We've destroyed our own businesses in doing it. That's why they didn't try to stop us in some of the riots, because we were destroying our own businesses.
Tearing up stuff,
yeah,
right.
You weren't really touching them. But the thing is, we cry about how we don't get our just due, get our opportunities, but then we get moments like the PPP loan, for instance.
Yeah, what is the PPP loan, Brian?
See, PPP loan was meant to be something positive.
Mm-hmm.
It was meant to be stronger than stimulus for those who want to build businesses. Because these businesses would have created jobs. These businesses would have brought money back into the community,
or specifically the black community, where their children can be hired on underneath their tutelage of their ideas, right?
Exactly. We could have used the PPP loan as something to start building generational wealth.
Oh, shoot.
Within our families.
Yes.
And instead of using it the way it was meant to be used,
right,
we decide to use it to buy homes and cars and boats and BS that has no value at the end of the day.
Trikes, motorcycles, flashy cars, Camaros, and Chargers that ain't even gonna put food in your child's mouth. What a smart way to spend your loans.
I'm just, because it was not meant to be a fraudulent thing. It was meant to be, could have been a beautiful thing. It could have been an uplifting thing, but we instead took it and thought about ourselves
instead of thinking about
thinking about
people. So, what about this? What do you think about the welfare system? Because I've been noticing that there's been a lot of fraud or a lot of
that's
abuse with that too.
That's the problem. There are people who actually need that.
Yeah.
But because you have people who, again, think about
themselves, right, instead of their kids and their family, and ours, like you said, your culture.
Yeah. That's why it's like we talk about Black Lives Matter, but in some ways, do they really matter to us?
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, shoot.
Sometimes we need to look in the mirror and check ourselves.
I got an expression. I'm gonna give the mic back to you, Brian. I got a thing that I always say. So let's say you have a partner or somebody, and you're beating your partner to a bloody pulp almost every day. You're kicking them down. You're disenfranchising. You're talking about them. Oh, you no good. You're dirty. You're dusty, right?
So basically, you're black every day.
And then somebody else comes along from a different culture.
Mm-hmm.
And does the same thing that you are doing. Now all of a sudden you want to get upset. Oh shoot, let's talk about it.
What does that sound like?
And then they'll say you can't beat up my partner. I'm the only one that can beat up my partner because I'm the same color and culture as my partner, so I'm allowed to do it, but you can't. Let me beat him up, and when you beat him up, I'm gonna go march on you. Oh shoot, yeah, let's talk about it.
But see, that's the thing. And don't get me wrong, my black brothers and sisters. I do respect the movement. But at the same time, while we trying to tell other races that our lives matter, our lives need to matter to us as well.
Oh, shoot. He said it.
Okay? Yes, we have gone through many tyrannies because of the color of our skin. It has placed us on the back burner in this race that we call life here in America.
Mm-hmm.
It has. But then at the same time, when you do receive an opportunity,
ruin it.
And you don't take it seriously. You don't take it with a sense of purpose.
Or urgency. A sense of urgency.
Yeah. Because let's keep it real. Let's keep it all the way real. And y'all not gonna love this.
Keep it 100%.
But that's the thing about our talks. See, the talks that we have here with Morpheus and Brian, you're not going to like all of our talks. Some of them are going to be like a double-edged sword to y'all. That's the beauty of it. You're not going to like all of them. And this is going to be one of those ones, it's going to be quiet after this one, Morpheus.
Okay.
We're probably going to lose some fans on this one.
Yeah, they're going to walk away like this.
Yeah, we're going to lose some fans on this one. But you know what? I don't care because it needs to be said. We need to have these discussions.
Before we get into discussion, I got a really big hot topic here because somebody came to me and they asked me this question. And I try to step out of it because I'm not black like that, because of my culture and my lineage. But now that you're here, I can give it to you. And I can give you my opinion about it because I don't want them to think, oh, you're talking about my culture and I'm gonna come over there and try to fight you. Don't do it because you're gonna get hurt. So just backtrack yourself. But anyhow, so here's the question: this thing about black women, okay? And let's just go on in it. This is what I've been receiving letters and notations and emails and text messages. People are asking me, Morpheus, you give the red pill. You talk about very, very deep topics. I am a black man, and I'm struggling with getting along with my black sisters. I do love them, and I understand that they have their trauma. And as a black man, I'd rather be with them, but I can't be with them because of their attitudes, their ratchet behavior, and their boss babe mentality. I never have problems like that with other cultures, But I do definitely have that within my own black community. Can you explain this to me? So before I give you, ladies and gentlemen, before I give you more Fizz's Red Pill, I'm gonna go ahead and let Brian give you with his explanation, since that's his lineage and his culture and his mantra. So go ahead and take the mental piece here.
Okay, well, you kind of took me on my soapbox there, Morpheus.
You can still get back on it. Go ahead.
Yeah, because
the floor is yours. Go ahead.
I mean, but talk about black women. That's the point. Everybody's for self. You know, black women are for self.
Oh shoot!
Sometimes what
do you mean? What do you mean by for self?
Like, it's about what makes them comfortable.
Oh, instead of the black men, correct?
Yeah, like.
Oh shoot! Talk about it.
But it just goes back to what I'm talking about, man. People thinking about self instead of thinking about community, thinking about the relationship, thinking about the unit.
How about this? Let's go deeper with this, because I think you're ready. How about women who purposely, they get with the F-boy? Talking about your community here, in the Martin Luther King community. And they get pregnant by this guy. They know he's no good. They know he's a somewhat thug, and he's not holding it down legitimately or legally. Then all of a sudden she feels like she's unhappy. Yeah, I said feels. She's unhappy. She don't get her way. And this guy doesn't line up to her expectations because of her choices. Again, she chose him. Then what she'll do is take that money, whatever it is, child support from him, and she won't spend it on the child. She'll spend it on herself. As I heard and I've seen, she'll spend it on getting her dumb phone.
Keyword self.
Getting her fingers done, getting her hair done, or as they say, getting her hair did. Go getting her wig did. What's going on with that? Because I look at that as a problem, because first of all, you need a man in the home. Oh. You need a man in the home. First of all, a logical man to guide the direction. Because statistically, 70% of the black community, if not more or less, it's around there, okay, is single mother homes, and a lot of them are just single mother raised homes where there's no man around. And then black men are considered as lazy, what do you call that? Deadbeat dads. They don't want to take care of their responsibilities. And it seemed like it's a very bad image on them, but on the other end of the fence, I'm noticing that their own black women aren't trying to support them or blame them for their bad behavior. But then again, at the end of the day, they were the ones who chose them. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right about that, but the thing is, it's not just black. You know, that's what I'm trying to make it clear. We're not bashing just black. We're talking about all men, all women. That's what we're talking about. We're not just bashing.
Well, the reason why I brought that up, again, this is answering my viewers' questions about they want to be with their black sisters. They want to be with black women, basically. And statistically and through their experiences, they're asking me how come it's a problem for them as a black man to get along with their own black women, but they can get along with other cultures who will give them even more respect and honor. But he can't get that respect and honor from black women specifically, and he wants to date them.
Well, here's the thing. Speaking of someone who's had good experiences with black women, it depends on what type of man you're talking about. If this is just a regular run-of-the-mill man who is easily railroaded, doesn't have any, like, intestinal fortitude.
Okay, let me
allows a woman to just run over him.
Let me rephrase that.
A black woman was going to have his way with him.
Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase it in a different way. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question. Is 70% of the black population of men dusty? They don't know how to take care of their responsibilities, and are they lazy?
70%?
Yeah, 70%. Is every case, is every broken family, is every situation with the black family always going to be the blame on the black men?
Yeah, usually the man is to blame.
Okay, so the problem is you're stepping on black men. I have to vouch for them. Okay, this is what I mean. I'm giving you an example of the fact. If they're saying that 70% of the Martin Luther King Boulevard is single mothers or broken homes, and this dogma, this so-called stigma that black men aren't providing or taking care of their children, that's basically saying that most black men have the potential or a very high potential of not being responsible for themselves, not being responsible for the children that they bring into the world. When here I'm trying to tell you this, the fact is women chose to lay with them because here's the fact. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. Men are the gatekeepers of marriage, are keeping that woman. So a man can't force himself on her because, of course, it's illegal. He's not going to force himself or force her to have his child either because women have the last say in having a child. If she wants to have the child or abort the child, she has the last say. So if all of them are saying that there are no good black men, they're all dusty. Black men are no good. They're lazy. They don't take care of responsibilities. And every finger is pointed at the black man. I plead the fifth. What I'm trying to tell you, you want to skip around the bush because you don't want your black women to be pissed off at you and mad at you. You need to learn how to tell the goddamn truth.
I mean,
The fact, no. The fact of the matter is, it sounds like you want to be a white knight soldier in a beta, and a lot of people know on this channel here that we don't deal with betas and we don't deal with white knights either because there's always an exit door on that situation or a size 14 over here. Okay, black men are responsible. Black men have been and is compatible for black women. The fact is, I'm not gonna say 90% because some of y'all gonna be offended because I'm not gonna go down that path, even though it is the truth. Lord have mercy. Okay. The fact of the matter is, there is an issue in the community where the black woman have more testosterone than what she used to have, or she have this masculine energy. She have this masculine mentality where she wants to be the boss babe or take control of the directive of the family and be the matriarch of the situation. Why 90% of it is failing or not being cooperative are dysfunctional because 70% of the black men aren't ratchet. All of them aren't lazy. They're not simply walking away from their kids. They're in toxic situations because they thought this girl would be diligent or have some type of fortitude to support him. Because behind a decent organization or behind an infrastructure, there's going to have to be a team. There's going to have to be a success rate where you are working out as a family, not just as an individual. When you have the woman who is the only one working things out or being the boss babe and doing the orders and saying what to do, where to go, you're going to have a broken country. You're going to have a broken society. You're going to have a broken culture and a broken family at the hilt. So I'm going to give you another try. Before I give you my opinion, I know I went in just a little bit. Why is it that you think personally, you said you had good opportunities? I smell white knight and I smell milk on your breath. Why is it that 70% of most of the men are black men in the black community, are specifically my emailers, 10 men, listen, 10 black brothers, 10. I didn't say one. I said 10 black American brothers chimed in and asked me to talk about this subject for them, not for me. I didn't say 10 black women. 10 black men are telling me how come it is a problem for them to get along with their own black woman. And since you are a black man, I thought you'd be able to answer this. But if this is something that's difficult for you, that lets me know that you are probably one of the reasons why there's a matriarchy in the Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, because you're going to meet a black, masculine, boss babe black woman, and she's going to walk all over your ass because you are afraid to tell the goddamn truth. Speak your goddamn mind.
Okay, now I will say this. I mean, yeah, I love black women, but they do have their hangups. They do. Because especially this generation of black women, you know. See, the old school generation, in my opinion, of black women, they believed in, being submissive to their husbands. They believed that their husband was the man of the house. And then you got these women these days, they've taught themselves to be tough to the point that now they're like, they are too masculine for the average black guy, that's for sure.
So, to my viewers, because I don't want you to confuse them right now because they're looking for answers. Okay, that's why I'm stepping back and I'm just letting you speak. Because I can be, I'm a hammer. Okay, I come in here, I'm like this. So I'm trying to give you a chance to really tell it like it is. In those out in YouTube, they're listening to you and they're looking for your truth, not your passive behavior. And especially the women, they're listening to you too, and they notice that you're patenting around the bush. You're scared to speak your mind. You are afraid to say what needs to be said, and that's not acceptable in the real world. And you're painting yourself in the corner as a man who's not really a man.
Well, hold on.
So what is the issue? What's the issue with black women versus black men? That's what the hell we're asking you.
Black women are trying to be bad bees these days. And because they're trying to be bad bees, they don't know how to be a woman worthy of a relationship. That makes sense. Like, women these days, they want to be more in control. They want to wear the pants. And these men these days, sadly, are wearing Sassoons. So it's like
Fruity Looms.
Yeah, so it's like
fruity.
It's like there's been a switch in the gender roles these days. And that's the problem.
A gender switch. So
there's been a gender switch.
Why have there been a gender switch? Why?
Because
men are afraid to be men anymore. I mean, are they just walking away and they're scared of their own shadows?
You just said it. Men are afraid these days to take their rightful role as the man in relationships, and women have been preying on that. And now, praying, I mean, I'm not talking about PRAY. I'm talking about PREY.
PREY. So, okay,
so preying on that.
You mean predators?
Yeah, it's been opportunity. So since these men are being, playing the role of prey, these women are turning more into predators now.
And how are they predators? For what? Why are they being predators on their own kind, their own people, their own culture, their own man? Why?
Because they're allowing.
Because
it's just like I said.
Because the men are allowing it.
Yeah. Men are going to do what women allow these days, and women going to do what a man allows them to do. That's what's going on.
Now, you must know I have a rule on this audio that most of what I talk about is to support men. Is to help men. Is to steer men in the right direction. And so, if you notice, our conversation is always about either relationship blended with religion. Now, I got something else to ask you. We're going to get back on that subject in a moment, because I'm going to go ahead and give you my understanding and what I have received in the past few, in my experiences, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There are two things that I hear of, and it's been a fact on most occasions, okay? And I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, because I can be wrong sometimes. Okay? One of the major things is attitude, because attitude is everything, and being masculine unnecessarily, because I hear this from almost everybody that I encounter in my business meetings, when I go out of town, when I'm speaking to other cultures, when I'm around white women, when I'm around Asians, when I have a conversation. It's always, why is this black girl so aggressive? Why does she have such an attitude? What's going on with her? Why is she acting this way? And I have to simply sit there and practically be a psychologist to explain the situation. And of course, we got excuses that I'm not even going to talk about what happened certain 150 something years ago. And then there's plenty of all the opportunities that they have available. See, this is what I hear. Other cultures have not endured slavery like us. Other cultures have not endured the trauma and the issues like us. So because of this, we have this residual anger, this residual leftover fear and issues, knowing how to get along with other people, or just having confidence in ourselves. That's what it is. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and explain it, since you can't do it. There's been
Morpheus.
Plenty of time. There's been hundreds of years. That happened hundreds of years. And here today in the current world, okay, half of them, let me take that back. Most of them wasn't born on a plantation. Most of them did not even pick one piece of cotton, probably never even saw a piece of cotton in their entire damn life. And how can they say they're in some type of chains? How can they say they're in some type of submission type of situation? And especially against their own black men who never had the power to put their own woman in submission. So there is no goddamn excuse for a bad attitude, or saying I'm a boss babe and I'm gonna walk around masculine, because if I show emotions, if I show my femininity, I'm considered as weak. When you had 150 or more something years to get your ass straight, because there has been 150 years of therapists, doctors, organizations, systems which have supported them from wazoo, from neighborhood to neighborhood, from block to block, churches, pulpit pastors, and other decent men who had the opportunity to steer things in the right direction, but still the opportunities in their mind was never there. I think that's just a case of an excuse, Brian. I think that's a very big case of an excuse.
For once, Morpheus, we don't agree on a lot of things, but that's one thing we do gotta agree on.
So you're saying you agree? So am I right?
Yes, you are right. You are right. It's like you said, they probably never seen cotton before in their lives.
I mean, think about it. Let's be real about it. 150 years. Who's been alive for 150 years or more? I mean, think about it. Even if it was 50 years ago or Jim Crow or something like that. Even if you lived to be 60 years old and you was there, you're getting your back swapped, you're sitting there in chains or something like that. It's a very bad situation. And yes, it can leave a bad taste in your mouth. But think about it. You have every day to heal. There are people who have traumas, even today, when they were 2 or 3 years old, or they were 12 years old. They will learn over time to get over that trauma or that anger or that situation or that fear by the time they hit the age maybe 32 or 44. Okay. Or there's some kids who, if they're like 8 or 9 years old, if you stole their ice cream and you used to tease them with spiders, or you used to poke them, or whatever that you did with your finger, or you just scared them, or whatever else, whatever the situation may be, there is such a link, such a therapy between then and being an adult, where after a certain point in a person's life, you are responsible for enjoying the trauma that you want to continue to hold around your neck as a medallion, instead of trying to defeat that and do better for yourself. So what is the excuse for 100 years to pass through slavery, or since, the days of Columbus, Ohio, or whatever? Yeah, I said Ohio. It's the days of Columbus and the exploration of the other continents, and being under submission and being this woman who couldn't do anything, couldn't vote, couldn't go out there and be liberated like men are. There's been a lot of time between those days versus today where everything is accessible. What I'm saying is there's no excuse today to hold a grudge or an anger within themselves and use their lack of accountability of wanting to change their attitude, change their masculine ways, or change their perspectives on something that happened to them so many years ago. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like life goes on.
Life goes on. Right.
You know? It's like, I mean, we can't use slavery
As an excuse anymore.
We really can't. I mean, even though, yeah, we got a lot of things going on, but some of the stuff we put on ourselves as well.
So what? Oh, shoot, you said it.
Now you got me back on my soapbox, because, like I said, some of the stuff...
Go ahead, take it. Yours.
Some of the stuff we put on ourselves. You know, we can't just keep blaming the white man. The man. We can't just keep blaming them, because some of the stuff we put on ourselves. Okay, it's bad enough that, yes, we do have our hurdles when it comes to the other side of America. But the thing is, why are we constantly fighting against getting whipped by the other side when we're constantly whipping our own side?
Oh, shoot.
Like I said, I respect the movement. I do. I respect Black Lives Matter. Respect it with a passion. But the thing is, Black lives need to matter to us first before we can talk about they need to matter to the other side. Don't go around marching, talk about Black Lives Matter, and throwing bricks and stuff in windows when you're constantly shooting bullets at your own brothers and sisters. Don't talk about how people are not giving you opportunities to grow when you are literally offered an opportunity and you squander it and then wonder why I haven't moved forward. Don't talk about how people got their foot on our neck when we got opportunities to breathe and we choose to hold our breath. Because, like, don't get me started, man. Like for real. We need to, look, Black lives matter. They do. But we need to check ourselves in the process. We do. Okay, let's keep it all the way real. Okay?
What about black women don't want to be cooperative with black men?
It all coincides. It all coincides with, again, being selfish. Being about oneself versus looking at the bigger picture. That's our problem. We don't look at the big... We're not all looking at... I mean, slowly but surely people are waking up. But in the end, right now, we are still not looking at the bigger picture. We're not looking at let's all win. We're looking at I got to get mine. You got to get yours. I got to get mine. People have taken that literally.
Seriously.
And that's been their theme song.
But you know, I hear this as well, and it's true, and I think it's probably equally just as well, and maybe in the black community. They say when a man and a woman comes together, what's hers is hers, and what's his is hers and his.
Yeah.
That true?
That is the mindset.
Holy crap.
Hell, I had one take my my lemonade one time. I bought her some food. We got some food together. And she talked about she wanted some strawberry lemonade, right? And I got my favorite mystery lemonade. And sure enough, I leave the crib, come back, mystery lemonade down to a drop.
And she
sit there laughing and stuff.
And she didn't even replace it.
Man, I tell you.
We're getting ready to go hard on this next chapter. I need you to buckle up your seat on this one because we're ready to get into and do something here, Brian. Okay. You said in the last interview with me that you call black women queens. And again, I ask, why would you call somebody a queen if they haven't earned the title, and nor do they have any sort of royalty in their blood, obviously, with the statistics that are going on today? So we want to know, out of all this that you know, you being a white knight, or I don't know if you are a changed heart white knight after today, okay, realize the statistics and know the issues that you're having in your own culture, in your face, on the news, very much all the time. But yet you're still willing to be, or I'm not going to say right now because I don't know what your answer is going to be, but recently you said they were my queens. Like how? It's like calling me a king for no damn reason. Like I don't deserve it. I don't have the status. And yeah, you can respect me. You can say sir. You can say Morpheus, sir. Yeah, you're a good man. You're a good teacher. You're a good this and that. But to say, well, I'll need him to be confident, so I'm going to call him my king. No. That I would appreciate the respect. But if you're giving that justification or that sort of validation to a group of people or a certain group of women, because it's just a majority of them, not all of them, okay? Did you hear what I said? A majority of them, not all of them, okay? To a majority of group of women, especially from your culture, who didn't earn that crown, who didn't earn that respect from you, who didn't earn that type of recognition from you, why would you put yourself in the position to give them a trophy and they didn't earn it? Don't you think that's the reason why they feel like that they are entitled to things? Or they feel like they can run over the black man because the black man's going to always pedestalize him and praise them like a Derek Jackson, or some of them like a Umar Johnson, who's going to say, oh, they're my queens, but yet they haven't did anything to earn the queen. The only one I'll put it like this, Brian. The only black woman that I will really say would deserve a crown, and that would be Shaharad Ali. She would be the only one. She talks right. She know what needs to be done. She deserves respect, and she understands the black struggle, and she talks about the out of control behavior of her black women. So if she deserved to be considered as a queen, that will be her for her behavior and her status because she worked for it. But for the rest of them, okay, they're the ones who are ratchet and out of control. So explain that to me. So are they still your queens, or do you have a change of perspective? Because I'm looking for logic from you. Shoot.
Here's the thing, Morpheus. It's like, okay, you're looking at black women today. I'm trying to see what they could be. You're looking at what they are right now. I'm trying to see what they could be. I'm trying to have faith that they can be. But it's because it's like as soon as we lose faith now, that's the end of our...
Now you're
that's
talking,
the end of our race.
You're talking biblical terms, and you are having fear for practically nothing, and that's the reason.
No.
That's the reason why you
talking biblical terms.
Well, what I mean by biblical,
I'm really not talking biblical terms.
Using words like faith. In this academy, we don't use that word faith. Faith is irrelevant here.
Well, just because you got your thoughts,
having an this isn't a thought. It's a principle. It's a principle in academy.
You got your principles.
It's a principle in religion. The academy. It's in the academy. We don't use that word here because we go by facts. And you're talking about hoping for something, seeking for something. Real men talk about what is going on, not what they hope to go on. It's a feminized, soft energy for a man to say they hope for, or they expect for, or they're looking to. No. Either it is or it is not. We're dealing with what they are now, and what you do or what they decide to do to change their momentum or their perception is going to be the outcome of tomorrow. If you're too busy looking at tomorrow and you're not doing bull crap or pig crap today, then you're not going to reach any type of damn goal. So you can hope all you want to. If you don't do nothing, you get nothing. You can have faith all you want to. If you do nothing, you get nothing. What people need to hear, what people want right now is solutions. They need to know, first of all, you got to know you are messing up before you can correct your actions. You got to know that you have fallen off track to realize you need to get back on track. So with some women, there's a majority of some women that need to know that they have fallen off track before you can sit there and say you have hope for them. Right now, there isn't that much of a progress because we still have the most single mother divorce rate and all that type of stuff in this country today. You still have black men going their own way. You still have the RP. You still have MGTOW. You still have men lecturing to say, watch out for these type of girls because they're ratchet, they have bad behavior, and they're hoodwinked. Okay, so therefore, nothing is really progressing in the right direction. And Shaharad Ali is still preaching and still telling and still saying what needs to be said because black women are still out of control and still somewhat ratchet in their bad behavior. That is the majority of them. So therefore, hope all you want to. You hope with your feet by getting the work done, and then you can see the results later. There's words that we don't use in this academy. We don't use the word belief. Belief is not here. We don't use the word hope. Hope is not in this academy. We don't use the word faith. Faith is not in this academy. We talk about what is. Whenever you talk like that, it shuts everything down. Because here, my whole task is to show men how to be a man. How men need to talk like a man. Don't talk like a woman. Talk like a man. All that stuff is false unicorn, tuck your finger in your nose, and Casper the Friendly Ghost BS. Okay, you deal with what is. Expect your ass somewhere else and make something happen today. Brian. He can't handle me, ladies and gentlemen.
So since we not talking faith, I can't say faith.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think he encountered the 14-inch feet. I'm gonna let you continue. Okay.
Yo gonna get on me so tough so many times, Morpheus.
Yeah, I know. I'm giving you the floor. This is your day. So here's another. Let's move on to something else because that's fine. I'm not trying to overtake you on this one, okay? But there's something else I need to bring to your attention, okay? In this academy, I've been teaching men that this is a real story. I've been teaching men. It was a recent audio that was created that men need to be responsible for their actions. And do you remember when you asked me about having, 3 or 4 different girlfriends and multiple girlfriends? And I explained something to you. I said it's for safety and it's to not only protect myself, but to give them a sense of, daddy's at home sort of deal. Everything is fine. And not to ruin them. And number one is to be honest with them, to let them know what I'm all about. Mm-hmm. So one of the stories go where I've encountered a Chad. And this Chad plays the field like that too. This Chad has 4 or 5 different girlfriends, but they're not his like mine would be. My girls are with me. They're there. If I'm in the van, they're sitting right there in the front seat, back seat, playing with their smartphone or whatnot. Or licking on some ice cream I just gave them. Okay. But Chad, this guy, I'm not going to say his name, call him Chad. He has these girls, but they're everywhere. He's not with them every day. They're just everywhere, one in every city, every town. And I asked him, why are you doing this? Listen carefully. He said, I'm doing this until I find the right woman. Now check this out, Brian. This is what I want you to understand here, okay? Mm-hmm. He did come across the right woman. Yeah. I've lectured him about this. I've talked to him about this. And he explains this woman to me. And he tells me this, that he told this woman that he loved her. And then I asked him this question. I said, did you tell this woman that you have 5 or 6 different girlfriends, you're not ready to settle down yet, you just want to vet her out before accomplishing it, before saying that she's going to be the ultimate or your number one chick, or she's going to be the only one? He didn't say a word. Actually, he said he did not even tell her that he had 5 or 6 different other girlfriends. Mm-hmm. And I told him this. I said, this is the right girl here. You are basically getting ready to ruin this girl, because she said she trusts him. Look how deep this is. She trusts him, and he know that she trusts him, and he's giving her false sense of love and compassion. Oh, I love you, and yeah, you're the only one. But she has no idea that he is with 4 or 5 different girls at the same time. Now, he tells me that she picked up the phone and noticed that other girls was calling him. Okay? And it hurt her so bad where she broke down crying. And he knew that she was hurt from the idea that he was with somebody else. But still, he don't want to be honest with this woman. And still, he feels, I didn't say think, because this is a boo-poo beta here. This is one of these common, dumb American men who are ruining women. That they need to be accountable for their actions. Because the same way I'm talking to you, same way I deal with him. And I told him, I said, you need to be honest with her, or you're going to ruin her for one, either the next man or for the rest of her life. Because now she's going to say, I'm not going to ever trust another man who promise me or try to tell me that he loves me or cares about me, because I'm going to be very skeptical. And he's the reason why most women think like that. Most women are like, well, why am I going to be faithful? Your word. Why am I going to be diligent? Here's the word. Why am I going to be trustworthy? Why am I going to be honest with him? You see the words I put in place there? Why am I going to be forward with him when he's not going to be forward with me? So I know men are going to be dogs. They're going to go with every other type of girl. They're not going to be committed. So I'm going to go out there and be with other guys and do the same thing. I'm going to have guys on my DMs on my social media or Instagram and lie to them the same way they're lying to us. Me, on the other hand, what I was telling you about in the other audio, that's not my plan. My plans is not to ruin the girl. My plan is to be honest and let her know what time of day it is. Should she want to ride on this train, fine. If she don't want to, jump off the caboose. She can go. But there's always going to be 3 out of 10 or 4 out of 10 who's going to say, yes, I'm down for it. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to her and tell her, oh, I love you. You're the only one. And I got Sarah, Becca, Brandy, and Amanda. It's not fair for her. It's not good for her. And it's not going to be good in the future. Because if this girl finds out, if she finds out that he's messing around with other girls and he never told her, that's how you get your tires slashed. Mm-hmm. That's how you end up on the news. That's how you find this guy with his genitals in a glass jar.
End up on a milk cart.
That's how you end up getting ambushed in the middle of the road by 5 different guys that you didn't know who was from Adam or Eve. Adam and Eve didn't exist anyway, so probably from the Mars or Moon. Okay? And this is how dramatic situations occur. What are your thoughts on this? What is your thoughts on this, Mr. Brian?
It's like you said, keep it real. It's like you said, keep it real. You know, if you're not man enough to keep it real,
you're not a man.
You just finish it for her. Keep it real. And if she leaves you for keeping it real, at least you kept it real. And at least she won't lose so much respect for you for keeping it real.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm not breaking her heart. My whole idea is to respect this woman, let her know, hey, listen, I'm in a relationship with 3 girls here. You know, we got something going on. You know, if you want to be part of it, let's go. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Bills paid, life's paid. Let's just go. You know, I got your back. All you got to do is just be there, be an asset.
Mm-hmm.
She can say yes, or she can say no and walk away. Okay? Simple as that. But I'm not going to sit here and tell her that I love her, I care about her, and she's the only one, or take her out to date and she know nothing about every other girl. Because should that girl call me, should they meet each other one way or the other, or should it be like one of those situations like Saving Us from Fighting Temptations, or what's that other movie, Norbit.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Norbit, when that guy who was wanting to open up a strip club or something like that, and all the wives,
titty bar,
all the wives and the girlfriends came out of the closet. But so he said, I was going to be here. Oh, I was going to be there. Oh, he got like 2 kids. No, sir, no. Because that could happen. It could happen. You got 5 or 6 different girls you messing around with, and you got this one girl who you talking about, well, yeah, you're the only one. And you find yourself at a restaurant somewhere. What if all 5 or 6 of them push up on you? Oh, shoot, you in trouble now.
I'm about to say could happen.
You don't want that.
Could happen. One of the oldest sayings in the book is what's done in the dark
Will be in the light.
will come to light.
You don't want that. You really don't want that. So it's best to just tell her, hey, this is what I like. I don't want to settle down now. You know what he said? Check this out. Oh, shoot. Y'all need to hear this. This is what he said, Brian. And I want your input on this. He said, when I confronted him, the same way I brought it to you, your attention, I said, you need to be honest with this girl, or she's going to kick your ass when she find out. She is going to kick your ass. You know, he said, well, I'm not going to tell her, and I don't know if I should tell her, because if I tell her, I know she's going to walk away and be with somebody else. Then why the hell are you with this girl to ruin her goddamn life? Tell her what she needs to know. Why sit there and ruin this girl's life? She's going to be somebody else's wife in the future. She's going to get with the next guy. And because this dumbass Chad is going to ruin her, now she's going to go into the next relationship not trusting another man because this dumbass want to think with his little Oscar Mayer. Lord have mercy.
See, that's the problem, man. And that's why these women don't trust. That's why these women are starting to be more masculine. And
There you go.
Because men, again, not being men.
Men not being men. That's one of the biggest things too. I'm starting more and more to keep men accountable for their actions too. Yeah, I say, yeah, women have their issues. There's a womanizing situation, feminism, all that old crazy stuff. Yes, but why are they doing it? Where are all the men at? What are they doing? Are they stepping up to the plate? Are they acting like men like they're supposed to, or walking around with dresses and panties on themselves? Okay, so women start taking off dresses. They start wearing pants. Now men are wearing the dresses now. Get the hell out of here.
And holding purses and putting fingernail polish on their fingers.
Walking around with long hair all the way down their back. And you see this woman with short hair. But like, what the hell is going on here? Look, oh, shoot. What?
Shout out to the Lil Uzi Verts of the world.
Lil, always Lil. L-I-L. L-I-L, always Lil. Why don't you be big? Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, you don't see a lot of
Little.
people with big in their name now. That
I
goes
mean,
little.
Okay, this is another thing. I know people aren't gonna like this, but I'm gonna tell like it is. I'm an alpha. I don't care if you don't like it. You know what? Go kick rocks. Okay. I notice that in every other culture, when there's a rapper or a singer or something like that. Okay, now this is gonna hurt, but it's gonna be true. How come? And you may know this because you're good. You're all about music, right?
Rap, that's my thing, man.
That's your thing. Okay, y'all listen up.
Can't do it.
Y'all listen
Can't
up.
rap a
Okay,
lick.
that's why I'm
barely
talking to you now.
But I do like rappers.
Go ahead and make a beat. Go ahead. Let's go ahead.
All right, check this out. Cat, pat, pat.
That's
something
terrible.
like that.
That's just terrible. Okay, so here's the thing. You made me lose my thought for a minute there. But Lil, okay.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
In white culture or in Indian culture or whatever other culture, you got may have K-pop and stuff like that, but I never hear, and maybe you do, maybe I'm just a square with this. I never hear them call themselves Little anything.
I mean, I don't even listen to K-pop. So
Why is this only in the black community where Lil Wayne, Lil this, Lil Dog, little putt, little Scooter, little this, little. Why is that such a thing? Like little who? I'm trying to be respectful here because I got a lot to say. Yeah. Why is it just the black community, but every other culture is like not doing it? Explain that to me.
I'm about to say, can I give an educated guess, maybe?
Okay.
I'm thinking the reason they say little this, little that, little. The reason they're saying little is because
little putt.
They want to play.
Little. I think I can.
Pole little teak teak.
Oh,
Pole little teak teak.
I mean, I think isn't some black women doing that too? Little something.
Not as much.
Not as much. It's always the guys, right?
Lil Mama and Lil Mo.
Oh, okay.
I know them, but
See, you know, I don't.
yeah. But the thing is, though, I think the reason they say little, they want to be little, it's not just because Lil Wayne made.
But they don't
Lil.
spell it all the way out though. It's like L
Yeah,
I L.
it's always Lil.
It's never all the way. This is like little, like
that because that'd be like little. Little is more lame than Lil, I guess.
well, okay, but why did they? Well, no, but why did they say?
But again, let me get back to it. I think the reason why they use the Lil name, it's not just because Lil Wayne made it famous. Let's shout out to Lil Wayne, Lil Weezy.
Okay.
Lil Tunechi do his thing.
No.
But the thing is, the reason
Don't
why they
make me
use
bring
the
you
name
on.
Little is because people like to root for the Lil guy. They like to root for little Rudy in the situation. They like to root for the person that's not expected to win. That's why they call themselves Lil. Because they're expecting people to back them as the person that's trying to make it. Because they're not there yet. That's why they want to be little. Like they want to be seen that way. You know, they want that kind of atmosphere around them. They want to be known as this guy he's going against all the odds and he's winning. So he deserves more praise because he's the Lil guy. He's the Lil person. I'm just guessing. Just educated guess.
I don't know. Do they really think that deep about a situation where you can actually? I ain't gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there because I can start roasting some ass for sure.
I mean, let's keep it real.
I can start roasting some ass. No,
Like
why?
I said, it's
okay,
not,
they're struggling that way.
it's not just that though.
But
Like I said, I mean, Lil Wayne made Little cool. That's why you got all these rappers out here trying to call themselves Lil. But yet, they want the name, but they can't. They don't have the game. Oh, that's I'm about to put that in a verse. That's right.
You need to put that in the verse. I like that.
Yeah, like they want to be Wayne, but they don't have the game. They just don't. You want the name. So
I thought years ago, authenticity was most important. Be your own self.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, think about it though.
Exactly.
I mean, am I wrong?
Snoop Dogg.
Oh,
said
shoot.
It best. There was an interview with Snoop Dogg.
I mean, am I right or wrong? I mean,
yes,
authentic.
you're right.
But have your own name. Why is everybody little?
See, See, back then, in the days of Snoop Dogg and Jay-Z, real rappers, I call them the real ones, the old school ones, the ones that paved the way. Okay?
Or Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. See, they believed that it was a sin to be a biter.
To copy off someone else.
They called it biting. When you're copying someone's style, copying their words. They called that biting. It used to be a golden sin.
Right.
In the rap world to be a biter.
Biter. Okay.
And now these days they're a rider. Like that's the way to move now is to be a rider. A dick rider, by the way. I'm saying. Okay. That's what they call it.
You're not a writer, are you?
No, not myself.
Okay. No. I'm messing with you.
But no, for real. Like, let's keep it real.
Okay.
Let's keep it.
We always keep
real.
it real. Okay, I'm
all
listening.
right. These days, people believe in to go along
to get along.
Go along to get along.
The hottest thing.
Yeah, it's always about the hottest.
But
thing.
who's bringing them in the industry? Whatever happened to the old school cat when they bring them in the industry? Be like, man, why don't you just have your own brand? Man, be yourself. Why are you trying to be like everybody else? Why are you gonna do this to yourself? I mean, I know it's your own song, it's your own music and stuff like that, but dude, let me bring you into, like, let's say a Busta Rhymes or somebody like that. He ain't gonna sit up there and let you just maul yourself like that and be like everybody else. I'm sure you're gonna say something like, why don't you have your own style? Why are you little? You got like 1,000 littles out there. Why don't you be like something else?
That's why I respect people like Busta. Because I believe he does talk to these youngins and give them some form of game. One thing I was watching on Instagram, right? This guy named Gilly the Kid. Shout out to Gilly the Kid. One thing he said that I always remember. If you're not trying to pass game to these youngins out here, you're not an OG. You're just an old flea.
Oh, flea.
And that actually hit me when he said that. I felt that.
An old flea.
Yeah, you're not an OG, you're old flea. Because as someone who paved the way as someone who did it before these young kids,
They know better.
yeah, you
know better.
it's like your duty
to put them on the right track.
To point them in the right direction.
So this industry is transforming to be the way that it is. Somebody ain't doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot! Oh.
Mm-hmm. See, let's keep it 1,000, man.
Somebody's like, I don't care. Let them do their own thing. They're young. They're dumb.
Yeah, because
I ain't gonna try to get them on the right track.
Because you got the old heads that just want to be bitter.
Oh shoot!
And talk about their old days and what they used to do, and then you got the old heads that actually want the youngins to be better, and won't mind sharing what made them successful, what helped them out. You know, and part of that, but let's keep it real. Part of that is because it's a generational thing.
Is it?
Because the people before them
did the same thing.
There wasn't a lot of them that gave game to them. They had to kind of pave their own way. They had to kind of strap on their bootstraps and just, jump in and either sink or swim.
But that's no excuse not to pass on your knowledge when you have the power to do so. Why is it still my island, my world, and not yours?
Yeah, it's like, but it goes back to what I'm saying, instead of giving these young kids direction and showing them what made them successful, they're continuing the generational curse of just having them find their own way out of bitterness and not thinking about the bigger picture. They still on that I gotta get mine, you gotta get yours mentality.
Right.
Instead of saying, when you win, we all win.
We all win. Right.
See, that's the problem.
Right. Because every other culture do that. They'll build up a corporation. They'll go get a farm and they'll pass it on to their culture or their kids or something like that. But it seems like the black people just don't get that. They just don't. They don't. The generation curse. I don't know what that is, but I won't call it a generational curse. The only thing is a generational curse when you don't pass on the legacy. Oh shoot! Man. That's it right there.
I gotta say this though, man. I'm not trying to interrupt, but right now this thing got cursed on me. This war. Yeah.
So the generational curse thing. Talk about that generational curse. What's this generational curse? Because the only time you can curse someone is when you don't give them what you know. When you have a farm and you decide to sell the farm because you want to go get a big house and a mansion and drive down the road in a Wraith, and you want to drive these expensive Mercedes Benz and go every now and then to sit in the front seat of a Lakers game, but your generations and your culture and your children in the future are going to be starving. The only thing you know how to do is probably donate to some what do you call that, to some organization, and what are those donational places? I know you know what I'm talking about.
Drives and
just trying to donate your money to these tax write-off places and things like that, non-profit organizations, but never really putting in the work like they need to. So therefore it's still not going to provide nothing for the children, because they're still going to come in with a broken family, a broken culture, who have no banks, who have no type of organization skills, who have no type of infrastructure, and who really don't know how to get along with each other because the man can't find a black woman to support him. Oh shoot. Oh holy. So what do you say to that?
Yeah, I mean, basically, like you said, man, it's basically, instead of changing the way you do things, you continue to do things the way the person did before you, the person did before them, the way the person did before them. In the end, nothing changes for the better, because you're continuing to fall under those same patterns. That's what it is. So it's like, you want to make a change, you got to start by being the change yourself.
I was speaking to a Caucasian lady, and beautiful as a button. I asked her, I said, when was you with your husband? Because she's been married for like 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
She said there were some issues. Of course, there are always going to be some issues, but she also said, she said, I was with him ever since I was 16, 17, 18 years old. And I said, did your parents have anything to say about that? She said, no, they wanted us to stay together because we grew up together. And I thought about another black guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he tried to do the same thing. He was with the girl who was like 17 years old and wanted to stay with her.
Mm-hmm.
He got all kinds of guff, all kinds of kick downs, all sorts of this dude ain't gonna be around my daughter because he's too old for her and all this type of stuff. And she went off to someone else and had like 2 kids, didn't even get married to the guy, ruined her life. But the man who could have been for her was that guy who the family wanted to ostracize because she was 17 or 18. Why is it that every other culture at least got it together? Even though they're not going to agree 100%, at least they try to understand the anatomy between man and woman. But it seems like the black family themselves, or the black mother generally, when it comes to her daughters or something like that, and a man comes along, instead of her trying to promote her daughter to get married to this guy, or to know how to be a wife or act like a wife or have her mindset, she'll tell her daughter, you don't need this man, just focus on your college, focus on your degree. You're the boss babe, you don't need him, just go ahead and just take care of yourself, and men are always going to be there. Take care of your degree first, and then that'll come to you later on. Why is this?
Because again, that goes all the way back to generational curses.
So maybe I should ask you this question then. If you had a 17-year-old daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a 25-year-old man. Now I know what I'm not going to talk ahead of time, but how would you feel this 25-year-old guy finds your 17-year-old daughter attractive, but he has his life in order? He got a car already, he got a job, he looks like he might even take care of her. He looks legitimate. He's not a thug. His pants is up. He's in shape. And he's like, hey, I hang out with your daughter. She's cool. Yeah, they're not doing anything, but they're just there. He's just waiting for the opportunity when she does turn legal, and da-da-da-da-da. But regardless of that, how would you? What is your thoughts now compared to? Because you got to have a certain knowledge to understand that that's nature, and she's going to be out of the house eventually. Would you want your daughter to at least wait until she's over the hill? Go get the career, go turn 32, 35 years old. Then all of a sudden, oh my God, I got to find somebody who's going to love me. And the chances of that is going to be very rare, because most men aren't looking for some old maid to be his wife. Okay? But he's going to be looking for somebody who's more younger, more vibrant, more capable, and it just might be your daughter. So what would you think about in that situation?
It depends on how you look at it. It's easy for me to say because I'm team no kids, but you got a lot of fathers out there when it comes to their daughters. They real protective, so they think, oh yeah, my daughter, she ain't gonna be dating until she's 30 or so. Like, you hear dudes say stuff like that all the time.
If some man come around and touch my daughter, I'm gonna beat his ass and we're gonna be fighting. I'm gonna go to prison. Like, what the? Excuse me? This is your daughter's future, and you can't hold off her love tackle forever. You can't prevent her from being with somebody forever. She's gonna have to settle. She's gonna have to be with somebody or saddle up with somebody eventually. But do you want her to saddle up when she's no good to herself or him, or would you want her to saddle up when she has life and she's vibrant and she's capable? Because most times in the old days, there was always a there was always an agreement between the guy and the father to take his daughter off of his hands. There was always you're gonna marry into the family, and are you gonna marry into the family business? Oh, you want my daughter?
Like arranged marriage type stuff?
Well, no, not arrangement, no, business. Like, hey, you're gonna be with my daughter, so you're gonna be part of this business. You're gonna be my son-in-law, and we're gonna do this to provide for my daughter, and I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna treat her right.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to that? It's still like every man for themselves. Like, oh, this person's I don't trust this guy because I know he just want her sex, but I'm not gonna try to make nothing out of this.
That's a good question, because it's like things have changed these days. these days, a 25-year-old going after a 17-year-old be looked at like
Crazy, right?
yeah. Why he can't get no one around his age? Is he not mature enough to get someone around his age?
But you got to know this though. Here's the fact, and I don't want to go back and talk about this in one of my audios. A 25-year-old man and 25-year-old woman, they're two different ages. She's older than he is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's older. She has more experience in it because by the time
That's
she's
real.
18, 19, she's been around the world. Guys have already taken her off, and she's out college, and she's doing all kinds of stuff. The moment she turns 18, she leaves your house, it begins. When a man turns 18, it's not even beginning yet. Okay? When he's 25, he's just now experiencing the world and freedom and other things that are available for him. She's already been there because men gave it to her for free. So he can't find nobody around his age range because those girls who are at his age range, most times they're looking for somebody who's older than them because women got it right.
Mm-hmm.
They understand that if she's 25, she's going to be dating somebody who's 35 years old. She's not going to be looking at the guy who's 25 years old. Unless he is rich, unless he has money, unless he's popular, unless he's famous, unless he's a sports ball player that everybody loves, and unless every woman is chasing him. Because sometimes women don't chase a man unless other women are chasing him at the same damn time.
Yo. And that's true. That's true. It's just like the baby with the rattle. And then all of a sudden you pick up the ball. Now all of a sudden that ball looks desirable.
Right.
Because the ball got picked up. The ball getting attention.
That's right. And then they see you with the ball like, hey, let me play with that too.
They want to play with the ball. But at the same
right.
time, don't take their rattle.
Don't take that rattle. Yeah.
It's real.
So, but you'll see 25-year-old woman, if she try to get after or date a 17 or 18-year-old boy, she's considered as what? A hero. She's considered as cool, like, yes.
She a cougar.
But
She's
it's
called
more
a cougar.
but it's more acceptable than if a man were to come along and try to see a younger girl more attractive.
Oh yeah, it's true. Older man with a younger female, he a perv. And older woman with a younger dude, she a cougar.
Cougar. Just a cougar. Why can't she be a pervert?
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Why can't she be a pervert?
Because like I said, there's gender roles. There's,
Why can't she be a creep?
you know, it's like, but that's the thing.
Why can't she be a predator? Holy sh!
I mean, but
Why can't she be evil? Why can't you say, oh no, you too old for my son, cougar? Get out of here. Why can't you say, no, you 35-year-old pervert woman trying to get with my 19-year-old son? Get out of here. Why can't you send her out of town and say, we're going to throw stones and rocks at you and you're going to be banned from dating men that are 17, 18 years old. You are a pervert.
I'm like, okay. Okay. Yeah, but it's like, you know, because people are hypocritical. People are hypocritical. You know, they say that they want to be treated equally, but at the same time,
They don't want to be treated. No. You got to remember the state is. You just said it. Gender roles. You can tell by the way things operate. Men aren't leading the way. Women are. You can tell just by this so-called backward state of mind, where we are okay with. Okay, I can go out there and work these soft jobs. I can be put in these soft positions. I want you to bring down the status quo. I want you to bring down the requirements of winning the game. I want you to bring down the requirements of what I need to do because I'm a woman. But yet I want equality. I want you as a man to go out there. I want you to get the job. I want you to work hard every day. I want you to suffer. I want you to hit the pavement. I want you to approach me. I want you to pay the bills. I want you to bust your back. I want you to be the best version of yourself. I want you to be in the gym for at least 10 years. I want you 6 feet tall. I want you to be like Drake in, what's his name? The Rock. Okay, in order for me to be attracted to you. But for me, I want you to give me a pass on every damn thing because, ladies and gentlemen, I am a woman. Because I'm a woman, I want you to give me a pass on everything.
And that's the problem. I mean, you just said the problem right there. like you said, what equality and things that benefit them.
Things that she don't have to be accountable for is what she wants to fight for. But when she has to be accountable for it, she's going to say, no, 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 men, it is your task. Because guess what? I am a woman.
Yep, that's when they want to play the I'm a woman card. Mm-hmm. It's just like a woman hits a dude, people film it and laugh.
It's a joke. It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. She hitting him. She slapping him, put marks all over his face. She it's funny. But then as soon as the man raises his hand,
As soon as the man do it,
no, he don't even have to touch her. Just
Right.
raise your hand.
Right.
Next thing you know, everybody jump. Because I couldn't believe it. I was watching that video. There's this video on Facebook, man.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, I mean, I know you don't like biblical stuff, but
No,
he
I
had
don't.
the
Never will.
Yeah, but the thing is, this dude had the patience of Job. With those who know the Bible, they know what I'm talking about. Those that know the Bible, they know what I'm talking about. You know, this dude was getting slapped on and spit on, and she was pushing him and kicking him, and he restrained. I mean, for this woman was at it for almost an hour of just disrespecting this guy. But as soon as he turned around and grabbed her to keep her from hitting him,
Right.
all of a sudden everybody rushed in to hold him back. And this dude was just simply grabbing her to keep her from hitting, grabbing her and trying to hold her at a distance.
That's what men's supposed to do. I mean, you don't put your hand on her. I mean, you can grab her and just hold her. I mean, you can just push her. They're not push her, but
No,
just hold
you
her
can't
against the
do
wall.
that now. You
No,
can't do that either.
I'm not talking about pushing. I mean, hold them to a certain position
Yeah.
where they're not dangerous to you or nobody
If
else.
you're touching them and it's not warranted,
But
that
they're-
man's
but,
wrong.
But they're touching you and it's
Exactly.
not warranted. Oh,
Exactly.
shoot. But they're touching you and it's not warranted.
exactly.
So you can't defend yourself and block and grab, because guess what? If you let her hands free and she got a knife or something like that, you're done.
You know what?
They're going to say, oh, he's bleeding out on the floor. Oh, my God, he's hemorrhaging. Oh, he's a man. He can handle it. The hell with him.
You know what? And that does remind me. That goes back to women with the attitude thing, man. I remember I was watching this video. This dude, I don't know if it was a skit or not, but I'm sure that it's happened to somebody in real life. This dude was taking his girl, or the girl that he was with at the time. I don't know if that was his girl, but it was someone he was with at the time. He was taking her to go get some Chinese food, right? And the guy asked him how many checks. Dude said 2. Basically asked this woman to pay her way.
Right. The equal pay,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The equality thing.
Equal.
Right.
And of course, she looked at him, and her words were, "You dead ass."
Like, are you serious,
Yeah,
right?
that was your thing. You dead ass. He's like, she took her food and threw it at him.
No,
and
are you
walked-
serious?
Yeah, threw it
This
at
is
him.
this is real.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't know if it was a skit or not. Some people say it was a skit, but there's some realism.
So he said,
To it.
It said it's going to be 2 checks. It's going to be 1 check for me, and they pretty much figured it out. Yeah, it's 2 checks here. My plate I'll pay for. She's going to pay for her own. So she was like, "Are you out of your mind?"
Yeah, you dead ass. And next thing you know, bam, threw the food at him. And he over here looking stupid, holding this hot food in his hand, talking about how hot it is. And he just standing there just holding it. Food all over him. And then the guy that gave him the food said, "You still got to pay for the food."
No way. Should have made her pay when she walked out. Chased her down.
I'm telling you.
No way.
But again, that goes back to wanting equality.
Men need to start choosing the right type of woman. Sometimes men don't choose the right type of woman. You have to vet your, before you go out to dinner with them, you automatically know. Listen carefully, men. Let me straighten you out for a second. Let me go ahead and straighten you out for a second. You automatically know, bozo, Before you take her out to eat, you should automatically know what type of game she's on. You have all the damn information available to vet this woman out. If she wants equal partnership, she's talking about we're going to be a power couple. If she's talking about, I'm a boss babe and I got my own bills and I can do everything by myself, and you still take her out to eat, you are the average blue pill moron. You're Ralph the dog in my academy. Do you understand? Ralph the dog. Because you should know automatically already.
You got more names for people than P. Diddy.
You got to understand that women give you all the significant signs before you even go that far. So if she picks up the bowl of spaghetti and splash it on your face, that's just what the hell you get. Don't come crying to Morpheus or any other type of man. You signed up for it and you chose her.
Don't come to Brian. Brian definitely ain't gonna do nothing.
So, getting back to, let's go ahead and put some finality to this, because I want your final words on, because we don't leave them hanging, because we need solutions. So,
I mean, I think we've been saying the final word all day.
If you agree with what I was saying about the black community, and I understand what you were saying, and it's fact about it. So, if black men are having this struggle with his black woman, what would you say to him to give him any advice or guidance? Because it's not changing no time soon. Unless everybody turns into Saharad Ali. But that's not going to happen.
Look, we always have, at the end of the day, a word that sums up everything. And I think that word has already revealed itself to us in everything that we spoke of. And that word is simply accountability.
Accountability. That's the, yeah. Instead of pointing the finger at somebody else, say it's me. I did it. It's me.
It was my choice. It was my choice to go with that woman.
It was my choice to go with that woman.
It was my choice to take the PPP loan.
It was my choice.
Splurge it.
It was my choice to take the welfare and not spend it on the proper resources.
It was my choice to not go for a job when they said job fair, and I decided to stay home and sleep. It's my choice.
It's my choice that I'm not taking care of my own culture. I'm not saying that I love myself, but I'm going to try to force the other world or other people to love me when, in fact, I don't truly love myself.
It's my choice. It's my choice to play the role of a woman when I'm supposed to be a man.
Oh, shoot, you said it. Oh, holy oh. Yeah.
It's my choice.
All right, let's flip reverse it. It's my choice to play the role of a man and be masculine, so I can't complain when I'm 45 years old, I'm drinking wine out of a box, and I'm sleeping next to my own damn dog. Oh, shoot. Keep going. Come on.
Keep going.
Come on.
It's my choice that instead of living for today, I constantly stay in the past.
Oh, shoot. You done broke it.
It's my choice.
Oh, you tore it up.
I have to be accountable for my choice.
Oh, you ready for this? It's my choice. Instead of bettering myself and doing what I can for my life, my culture, and my family, I'd rather sit back and blame it on everybody else and try to claim everybody else is keeping me down. It's my choice not to do better for myself, and I'm letting them step all over me with my false allegations. Oh, shoot.
Like I said, this whole episode, because sometimes that word will just jump out at you that sums up everything, and that's one of these times. Accountability. Men need to be accountable. Women need to be accountable. Black folk need to be accountable.
For black folk.
People need to be accountable for themselves. They need to be accountable. Don't be surprised why we haven't moved forward.
Because they don't want to move forward.
Yeah,
they're not interested in moving forward.
You know, if you are serious about wanting to move forward, be accountable and be the change.
Be the change, right.
Be accountable.
Mm-hmm.
If you're one of the older heads in the game, hold yourself accountable to tell these younger kids.
You know, most of them,
To
and
move in the right
they walk
direction.
around too busy worrying about this. So you do realize the reason why things are the way they are is because the old heads was like, oh, I don't care. I'm just going to go around and just mind my own business and walk around on my cane and pretend like everything is perfect because I'm on retirement and, you know, I just want peace. So I don't want to try to fight anymore.
Yeah, it's like, and not just that. I mean, just because you were treated that way, because old heads, again, living in the past.
Yeah, they always say that. Oh, you know, black power.
Yeah, we
What?
Nobody loved us. Ain't no, what Drake say? What Drake say? Ain't nobody loved us. On my worst behavior, ain't nobody loved us, because that's the truth. The old heads, that's how they feel. They were like, they had to learn that way. The other youngest should learn that way. But let's be honest, these youngest, they need a hand.
They need real guidance, though, not by somebody who's in the past or can't let go of the past. They need somebody who's looking towards the future.
Exactly. Because, see, let's keep it real. When these youngins are moving in the right direction and winning, we all win. We're moving forward.
Right.
Okay, we got to stop being crabs in a barrel.
Crabs in the barrel, yeah.
Uplift your brother. It's not about...
wait a minute. Let's go about this. How about the black woman uplift her brother?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shoot. Somebody...
Again, be accountable. Be accountable. Accountability.
We're going to close it out here, and I know you got some good viewing and listening pleasure, more listening than anything. And I got more coming for you. Hold my